Every time a new law is passed, freedom is destroyed. Every time a new law is passed, you are forbidden from being able to do something you used to be able to do, or you must now do something you didn't have to do before. We do not live in a democracy. We live in a republic. A republic is where we elect people that decide our laws. A democracy would be where we choose our laws. But the technology exists for us to live in a democracy. We could hook something up like our Facebook account into a blockchain-based program that would allow us to vote electronically on every law. People we trust could write summaries of the laws, and if we have a 40-hour-a-week job and don't have time to read all the laws, we could read summaries of them and vote directly. That would remove the filth they call politicians from running our lives and deciding our lives. The technology to implement this has been around for a long time. And when the Pillar Wallet is produced, we will have a tool that could let us vote using a biometric identifier, and the whole thing is supposedly going to have open source code. All code involved in such a situation would need to be open source, and all voting would have to be public. We'd need to have a public address of each voter. The reason for this is because recent studies on social media have indicated that as many as 15% of the accounts are actually fake. They're robot controlled. They're utilized to manipulate the population. A statement is given, and if suddenly it has 3,000 thumbs ups on it, it affects people's perception of it. And we would have to have some protections in place to make sure they didn't create a whole bunch of fake people to vote the way they wanted to vote. The main thing that's wrong with current voting machines is that the code is all secret, and some guy in the basement of some corporate building could be deciding every single election we have. I'm reminded of Nancy Pelosi's statement right before they voted on the Obamacare bill, which no one was allowed to read before they passed it. And she said, we need to pass the Obamacare bill so we can see what's in it. This is a complete mockery of the American population. We shouldn't stand for this. We should fire all these guys, and they can all be fired, and we could all vote ourselves on every single law. We can decide ourselves if we're going to bind ourselves to all these laws and regulations. The Code of Federal Regulations is now over 100,000 pages. You would need a whole team of lawyers to decide if you can do something legally in our country now.